try to be as organized as possible, but that's just not my gift. And because it's not my gift, I try to give it to other people to do. So. Hello my lovely flowers, it's me Nia with Exquisite Floral Design and Events, and today I'm here to tell you how you can have a successful floral design business. So these are some of the things that you will need. You will need a balance of creativity, technical skills, and business charisma. So in this video, I'm gonna try to give you a few things that you will need to know in order to make your design, your floral design business successful. So our first thing that you will need to know in detail is the floral design techniques and skills. So one of the things is your design principle. You'll need to understand the elements when it comes to like color, texture, balance, and focal point. They're essential when creating a aesthetically pleasing arrangement. So like for me, I learned this with I went to, I think of the video before I told you guys I went to school for this, but a lot of times it's just you know, you need to know these things. So that when it comes to color, one of the good things that I did learn is your color wheel. So when blending colors together, look at your color wheel. And then for like textures, those would be the different textures in an arrangement. So that would be the textures of a dahlia, or the textures in a hydrangea, or the textures in like my favorite flower, Elizanthus. So then also the balance. You don't want a lot of times, so there is a ratio that we use in floral design. I need to put that ratio together. I forgot the number. I think it's 20. When it comes out, there's a certain ratio. I'll put it up there. I can't remember the ratio top off. For some reason, after doing this for 20 years, the ratio just comes to me without even thinking about it. And then also focal points. So like with me, a lot of times my focal points will be my focal flower. That would be the main flower that I want to display and want to look beautiful. And a lot of times, say when I'm doing an abstract arrangement, my focal point would sometimes be in the center, or sometimes it'll be off to the side where I want to display this most beautiful flower arrangements. Those are some of the things that you use for design principle. So your thing is you would need to study up on design principle. Second would be your floral mechanics. So you need to know how to properly cut, wire, arrange flowers, as well. You need to know on how to use various flower tools, such or the techniques in a floral design. So like for me, how to use your floral knife. You know, so you're not supposed to cut toward you, but away from you. You're supposed to cut your flowers at an angle. How to soak your floral arrangements. You need to understand and know how to do your mechanics for your floral arrangements. Or like for me, say I'm doing an arrangement with a floral frog. You know, you need to know how to secure that floral frog at the bottom of a vase, or or how to even arrange in a floral frog, or what is a floral frog. That's another thing. Second would be plant care. You need to know a deep understanding between different types of flowers, their individual need, like the water, the light, the water, the temperature, and how to expand the life of certain flowers. Like for me, I bet you guys didn't know delphiniums can kill. You know, so a lot of times I'll see people that have delphinium in a flower, in a cake, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Or even hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are very toxic. And a lot of times, you know, I haven't had a problem. And I know one of my assistants was telling me, oh, did you know they're toxic? And I said, I know they're toxic. That's why I don't put them on cakes or anything. But a lot of times I'll see them on cakes and I'm like, oh my gosh, do people know that? So you need to know about the care of different flowers. And then also, you know, did you know how to expand the life of a hydrangea? Did you know if you cut it, dip it in water, or dip it in warm water, tip the stem in warm water, then put it into a vase for hydrate for an hour once you get them from the grower? Did you guys know that? So you need to know how to the plant care of your flowers. And then also arrangement styles. So there's different type of arrangement styles. There's traditional, there's modern, there's minimalistic. And I think what I was taught was more the traditional style, where every stem is covered. We don't never see a stem. They're covered with leaves. Whereas the minimalist style, or light and airy, I guess you would say, flowers are just grown to where they are put together for, like they just came out of the garden. You just threw them in your basket. So that's more of the trend that's going on right now. So that's some of the stuff that you need to know. Season availability. Now, for me, like I was talking to my wholesaler, she was like, you basically can get anything anytime, which is true. But a lot of times, like you noticed, tulips are cheaper at a certain time, or peonies are cheaper at a certain time, because they're in season and they're a lot more, rather than, you know, specially grown. So the next thing you'll have to work with is your business and soft skills. So that would be customer service. That's the number one thing that is vital in any business, is fulfilling your customer needs and providing recommendations or managing expectations that they may need. So like one of the main things with me is when I run into a bride and she's on a limited budget. And when I say limited, it may not be limited to you guys. So say like I have a bride right now, her budget is $7,000, and we need to get the most bang for our buck. So I give her recommendations on what we can do in order to give that look that she spent a lot more than what she actually did. And communication, that's my number one thing. And that is, like, a lot of times where I've had problems with a customer was our communication. I am a verbal listener, or audio listener, but I like to also back it up with text, because you could tell me one thing and I can totally forget. Like I just had a customer today, which made me popped up in my head. I need to make sure I bring, and write that down. I put on her, she needs 7 white, she needs 7 white roses added on. And I'm mad at myself that I didn't look at my notes that I use on, because I use note taking on my Zoom meetings. I love Zoom meetings because I have a note taker. I'll remember in my head, and if I don't, the note taker will also come and let me know what I've had. Next would be marketing sales. So promoting your brand, creating attractive displays, or managing online presence are very, very important in attracting customers. So like with me, Instagram is probably like my number one tool in getting customers. And those are customers that are my ideal customers. They're coming to me because they like what they see. And normally when I get Instagram customers, they're like in the bag. Or and then I also use wedding wire, or the knot, or whatever. But you know what? When I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm going to cut that down because of the fact that I have not been getting really good liable customers right now. So I need to cut that subscription down. So organize and time management. Keeping track of orders, managing inventory, meeting deadlines are essential for a smooth operation. And like even for me, that is like one of my biggest things. I'm always like, even today, I came back off vacation last week and Monday, and it's been taking me forever just to do videos for this week for my staff, for one of my, for the young man who does my videos. I just can't get into the swing of things. So time management, organization, all that is a really good thing. I try to be as organized as possible, but that's just not my gift. And because it's not my gift, I try to give it to other people to do. So that's one of the things. Physical stamina. That is like one of the biggest things for me. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've noticed that, you know what? I've been getting a little bit better, but it is a lot. Floral designing can involve long hours on your feet, handling heavy containers, and working with delicate material. So it is very straining. So you have to be able to, be able to work long hours. So my best bet is do a lot of exercising before you even start. And adaptability. So that's one of my biggest things. I always say a floral designer is an engineer, a floral engineer, because we have to adapt, adjust to changing trends, which, as you guys can see, the trend is always changing. Like I said, for me, I started off with that traditional way where stems are covered. Now the trend has changed to something different. A little while ago, it was a lot of what is it called? Baby's breath. Now the trend is changing again. So you're always, changing with the trends, with your clients' requests or unexpected situations that have you just changing all up and doing everything differently. Now, additional considerations are certifications. So like I think I said in another video, consider pursuing, which I didn't. I was looking into it. I just can't take school anymore. As you guys know, I do have an undergrad in business and I have a graduate degree in education. And I just was going to go for like the American Institute for Flower Designing for professional recognitions, or just getting all those AIF, ADC, ABCs behind my name. And I just can't right now. But for you, if you feel that you've had enough of information behind you and you can take these tests, I would recommend getting some of those behind you. It's a great way to be recognized in the community. Experience. So gain hand-on experience through internships, workshops, or working with experienced florists is very valuable. It's the best thing that you could ever get. I think I said in a video before, it was very brief, that if I was to start all over again, that is one of the main things that I would do. I would study under a designer that So I was recording this video and somehow the remaining part was lost. So like I was saying, I would find a local florist that you admire their work and just ask if you can come and work for them. This is like the best way to get all the training that you need. It doesn't cost you any money, but it will cost you time. And you are able to get some inside information on how to do things and how to do it correctly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.